This is the BBC World Service. I'm Sana Safi, and welcome to World of Wisdom. This pandemic has turned so many people's lives upside down. And even when it hasn't, a great many of us have found ourselves rethinking our priorities. This is a place where we explore some of those deep personal issues, which are often the most important questions in our lives. Judy is from Thailand, but lives away from her family in Japan. She wrote to us to say she was being troubled by what she called negative thoughts. We set up a conversation for her with our advisor Gary Zukav, author of The Universal Human. It was a long, lovely, moving conversation, recorded across different time zones, with the World of Wisdom team in the UK, Judy in Japan, and Gary in the USA. You will hear that it was an emotional experience for Judy. As with all our recordings, we had to edit it down considerably for this broadcast. Here, she is with her question.
Sometimes I attacked by negative thoughts. Now I'm living in another country. My sister, she has to take care of my mom and she getting old every day. And also I changed a lot of jobs, so I don't have a concrete career path and I don't know what I should do or I can do. I feel like I'm negative and sometimes I attacked by my fear and I don't know what to do next. How do I let go of my negative thoughts?
Well, that's quite a question. Judy, you said that you're attacked by negative thoughts.
Yes, always.
Are you open to looking at these questions from a new perspective?
Yes, I'm looking for a new perspective, yes.
Okay, because from my perspective, negative thoughts are not outside of you. They're not something that is an enemy or an adversary. When you have negative thoughts, like judgmental thoughts of other people or yourself, those thoughts and the emotions that come with them, and they're always difficult, painful, physical emotions.
Yes, it is.
Those thoughts and physical sensations are bringing your attention to a part of your personality that you need to move beyond the control of.
Yeah.
So while you are thinking about someone else, oh, she's so much better than I am, or you're thinking about yourself, oh, I'm not worthy of doing this. These are thoughts that are coming from a part of your personality. Every personality has many parts. Some of them are judgmental. Some of them are mean. Some of them are righteous. But Judy, others of them are grateful and appreciative and patient and caring and content. You have become accustomed to acting on a part of your personality that originates in fear. It's judgmental. It doesn't accept anything. It doesn't like a lot of things. It doesn't like you. And it tells you that a lot. And you're experiencing that as being attacked, as though it's something negative. But if you see that everything that you encounter serves your spiritual development, now what do I mean by that? It's not something religious. It's not dogmatic. To grow spiritually means to become more aware of your emotions and your world, and to be able to respond with love more than you respond with fear. What the frightened part of your personality is experiencing as attacks are actually gifts, bringing your attention to parts of your personality that keep you from loving. Do you think this is something that can help you if you apply it in your life?
Yes, as you say, Gary, sometimes I attacked by fear and I'm struggling. I don't know what to do. Maybe I will see it from a different perspective as a gift. Yeah.
That's a beginning. That's such a good beginning, Judy. Most people don't know how to do that, and at their mercy of these parts of their personalities that are not healthy. that do not want to be healthy or love other people or themselves. So as you begin to look at it that way, then when you have these thoughts and the physical sensations that come with it, like I feel a pain in my chest that is aching or throbbing or stabbing, then I am going to turn my attention inward to what I'm feeling inside of me. And in that moment, I'm going to do the best that I can to reach for another part of my personality that is healthy and grounded and constructive and wants to contribute to people. That's a loving part of your personality.
Constructive. Yes, I love that word.
Yes, constructive. So now, with the awareness you have, you can begin to make a choice between acting on a part of your personality that's destructive and a part of your personality that is blissful to experience. Here's where the work comes in. It's easy to understand, but when you're in a frightened part of your personality, for example, the part that has negative thoughts, and all frightened parts have negative thoughts, they're very attractive. They seem true. It seems like that's the way the world is. But that's the view from inside, the perspective of that part of your personality. The world is not like that, except to that part of your personality. It's such a relief to see that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when you feel or hear the negative thoughts and the painful physical sensations, instead of reacting, instead of withdrawing emotionally, instead of isolating yourself, reach for the healthiest part of your personality that you can.
But sometimes I think I don't have that kind of positive part, and it is very difficult for me to find what I should do and what I can do.
That's the same for everyone. At first, as you become aware of your internal environment, you become aware of fear. Fear of other people. Fear of not living up to expectations. Fear of not being what your parents want you to be. But you don't need to know what to do. You need to reach for a healthy part of your personality and act from that part of your personality. And I know that you know what I'm talking about, the healthy part of your personality. Yeah?
Well, sometimes I'm healthy emotionally. But yes, sometimes I am not.
I can see your face light up when we talk about the healthy parts. And I see it take another expression that's contracted and concerned when we talk about the frightened parts. So now it's a matter of choosing to the best of your ability to act from a loving part. And sometimes all you can do is just intend to do that. And when you do that again and again and again and again, that frightened part of your personality begins to lose its power over you. Can you tell me if this is meaningful to you?
Yes, very much.
It looks like you might be weeping a little bit. Judy, I have a friend who's a Native American. He's a chief. And he told me a long time ago, he said, the tears are not the pain. The tears are the release from the pain.
Yes, it is. He is exactly right.
You said you're concerned about your mom. She's getting older and...
Yes. My sister have to take care of my mother. She feels unhappy. So actually, I'm worrying about my sister rather than my mother.
It's natural to want to support everyone. It's natural to want to support people you love. But they are each living a life that is as complicated and difficult and challenging and potentially rewarding as your own. And everyone must make their own decisions in it, like you have just seen that you must make the decision between acting from a frightened part of your personality or a loving part. So also must everyone else, because no one can make those decisions for you, and you can't make them for anyone else, including your sister. There is a difference between caretaking and caregiving. A frightened part of your personality caretakes. Loving parts of your personality give care. They are caregiving. Now, what's the difference? The difference is that when someone is caring because they want another person to feel better so that they will feel better themselves, that's caretaking. And that's what a frightened part of your personality, another frightened part, is doing from my perspective.
Yes, that is my biggest fear, I think.
It is the biggest fear of a frightened part of your personality that is in pain because your sister is in pain. And it caretakes. It wants your sister to feel better so that it will feel better itself. There's other parts of your personality that love your sister and they want to support her, but they don't want to help her indulge frightened parts of her personality.
Yes.
And that requires courage when you speak with your sister. Not to say, that's all right, it's going to be better. No, instead you will help her become healthy herself.
It's very, very meaningful for me. This conversation is very, very constructive. Thank you very much. It is very impact to my heart.
I can feel that. I don't suggest that you take anything that I say as true just because I say it, but only if you respond to it, if you resonate with it.
This is a kind of cultural difference, I think, because I am Asian and most of Asian didn't touch to think this is their life. Their life belongs to their parents, I think. So when you told me just to feel the physical feeling and also inside feeling, I start to recognize that this body, this life is mine. That's why it's so impact to me. I never think that my body, my life, my soul, my spirit belongs to me. That's why it's so emotional, because when I think about fear, also about my positive part, I didn't recognize that it is only mine and the decision belongs to me. Every direction that I have made was mine.
This life is mine, she said. Such a powerful realization. I so hope that her conversation with Gary helps Judy deal with those negative thoughts. At the heart of what Gary said to her was a choice. He said it was a choice between responding with the fearful or the loving parts of our personality. I asked him how you do that.
The choosing is the difficult part. That's where the work comes in. For example, if you're angry and you know you're angry and you look inside and you feel what you feel in your chest and your throat and your solar plexus, and you look at your thoughts and the thoughts are righteous and judgmental and bitter, you know you're in a frightened part of your personality. And you choose to speak or not speak in as much love as you can, not in anger. Choice is at the heart of everything you experience. What are you choosing? You're choosing an intention with each choice, no matter what you speak or what you do. There is an intention behind it. Most people do not know what that intention is. They are unconscious of it. And when they're unconscious, it's fear. It's to manipulate and control the world. An intention is a quality of consciousness that infuses your deeds, and your words. If that quality of consciousness is love, it's felt, and it creates consequences of love. If that quality of consciousness is fear, it infuses your words and your deeds with fear, and that quality of consciousness creates consequences of fear. In other words, it's not what you do or what you say that creates consequences. It's what you intend. Someone who caretakes is apparently, in appearance, caring for someone else, but they have a motive. They have a hidden agenda. If you caretake someone and you give them a gift, the hidden agenda under that is appreciation or gratitude. And if the caretaker doesn't get that, the caretaker gets resentful and angry. A caregiver has no second agenda. A caregiver is like the sun. It gives and it gives and it gives and it gives, and it has no expectations.
Gary Zukov. Thank you, Gary. And that sentiment strikes me as being very close to what Sister Dang said last week. She was talking about how to stop feeling exploited by others when she spoke to Jacob from India. I love it when nuggets of wisdom echo around the world and one perspective seems to make perfect sense across different cultures. We have had so many fabulous messages from all sorts of places this week. This came from Lucy in St. Helena. Love the program and the World Service generally, living on this remote island in the middle of the South Atlantic. And Nandini from Hong Kong wrote to say, I discovered your program some months ago and found it to be a boon. Is it a boon for you? Please write to us and let us know where you are when you listen to World of Wisdom and what you think. You could also send us a question to tackle. Just go to our website at BBC World of Wisdom, click on the Send Us a Question tab and get in touch. Next week, the ever-joyful Imam Jamal Rahman will be back on the program. He is discussing how to reconnect with a passion for life. Until then, from me, Sana Safi, and World of Wisdom producers, Ruth Edwards and Charlie Taylor, goodbye.
Thank you for listening. There will be more from the Documentary Podcast soon. The Documentary is just one of our podcasts. There are many others to choose from.
Keep up with the news from around the world, wherever in it you are.
Our correspondent in Washington, Beirut,
in Nairobi,
Pakistan,
Sumatra.
Profit from the noise of business and the economy.
Once you get to the top, it's just the hustle of being at the top.
Engineer away to find out about the latest tech.
It's just amazing what technology is out there already, but what is yet to come is very exciting.
Or let the technology in your pocket take you on an audio adventure.
Something strange is going on.
Wow!
Just pure happiness.
It sounds beautiful.
Unbelievable.
Isn't that incredible?
From news and documentaries to science, history and culture. Whatever you want from a podcast, the BBC World Service has something for you.
Does that make us twice as intelligent?
Search for BBC World Service wherever you get your podcasts.